Yo, what is up, everybody? Gookill here, and I am here posting a video. Yes, it's been a while since I've posted a video. Maybe you guys have seen my streams in the last couple of weeks. Been kind of having some issues with internet. Gonna try and keep consistent, giving it a good go, but eventually I'm just gonna wind up calling my ISP and figuring out what's going on with that. Until then, though, I thought I'd post a video for you guys just based on my my first experiences here with Diablo 3 Season 4. Let's talk about the good. The good for me. There are tons of people on my friends list that have made their returns to playing Diablo. Tons of people in clan have filled up, and everybody seems to be playing the game right now. It's absolutely wonderful to see that when the season came out, that Diablo 3 was on the front page of Twitch TV. I consider that to be a huge boost. I mean, it's still on the front page of Twitch TV right now. There are people trying Diablo 3 that haven't tried it since vanilla D3, hearing only about the features that are coming with this new season, and they're playing the game, and they're having fun, and I think that's awesome. And it's awesome for people of varying dedication towards the game. So I have friends of mine who are not playing this game for 6, 7, 8 hours a day. They're just coming on, they're doing their little bits of leveling, they're fitting in their rifts where they can, and they're having a blast. And then there's the people, like me, who I consider to be kind of medium. They're playing lots and lots and lots, but they're not able to kind of hardcore grind at the game because they have work or outside life or whatever it is. We're having fun. It's awesome. And then there's the people that are your popular streamers, Quinn and Alkazer and all them. They're Paragon 800 plus. It's insane how much they're playing, but they are having an awesome time with the game. That is great. There are so many features packed into this season that it's hard to start to imagine what they're going to do for some sort of Diablo expansion, or what they're going to do for some sort of next season. Like, it's hard to fathom. The Kanai's Cube itself could have been a completely different feature that could have been a selling point for a new expansion. So the fact that the Diablo dev team is willing to put in these new ideas that radically change the game, all for the betterment of the game, is amazing. Diablo 3, I've said it for a while, it's going in the right direction, and this is showing, because the people that are coming back and playing this game, they're having lots of fun. What's fun about it? Well, for one, not having to spend your keystones anymore to do Nephilim Rifts, which effectively means if you never want to do bounties, you can take part in these randomized dungeons. I think that's an amazing change. People were able to just run dungeons right off of the get-go. I call them dungeons, they're rifts. And that's fun. And I mean, even right now, as I'm just running through here and kind of quickly stomping things, clicking, I mean, I can do this, and I don't have to worry about having to do bounties, which appear to be everybody's least favorite activity, in order to do this. And that offers a bunch of different ways for people to play, as far as they can do bounty farming. If they really want to do that, they can just run these rifts all day, or after a result of running these rifts, they can run greater rifts all day. And there isn't a strict progression anymore where you have to do bounties, you have to do rifts, and then you have to do greater rifts. It's completely up to you. Let's talk about classes. All the classes are fun and have some new tools to work with, some season exclusive legendaries that change up what I guess would be considered the Diablo 3 meta. There's some negatives to that, we'll talk about that later, but as far as initially running out and killing things, every class is fun in their own way. They have new things to strive for and to complete. And the leveling process, in all honesty, as someone who was up for the first 13 hours of Season 4, the leveling went by really quick, and the gear chase in order to get those drops was incredible. It was fun, it was exhilarating, it didn't feel like it took too long, it felt like there were lots of different ways to be able to get your gear, so I think that's awesome. And that's something I can say that, it didn't really happen with Season 2 or Season 3. There just weren't a lot of options to get your characters up and running in T6 or T5 or whatever it was, but because so many different items have been added into the game, there's tons of different options for you to be able to find that set for your class. Now, obviously, some classes are more powerful than others in that regard, but that's awesome. This little thing here called the Season Journey has offered a nice little way to be able to add extra progression to your character and being able to unlock these new portrait frames and to unlock the season exclusive pet. I haven't seen anybody with the border beyond this one. There's 2 more beyond. But that's obviously something that people are trying for, and I think that's awesome because, you know, the achievements pop up and it directs you to the season journey, and maybe you're a new Diablo player and you don't know a thing about conquests or greater rifts or what these things are, but you just know through the sense of being a gamer in the last 10 years that achievements are good and people like achievements and people like to get achievements and have it as a mark that, hey, I completed this achievement. So in doing that, you're also directing people towards different aspects of the game to have fun that way. So I think that's, again, just another huge perk to the game. I like the fact that they've added new torment difficulties without making the torment difficulties so impossible that people are forced to play a certain class in order to farm them efficiently. And same thing for greater rifts. There's some pretty good diversity as far as farming greater rifts. But we'll talk about a little bit about the negatives. So obviously right now, everybody and their friend seems to me like that they're running barbarians or they're running monks. So I am one of those people that I don't think Diablo 3 needs to be outright balanced. I don't think that every class needs to peak out at greater of 60 or 70, and every class needs to be the same. But the fact that there's such a parity with classes as far as farming and what people are looking for, I know that will probably change as people care less as the season goes on, but there's certainly a huge class imbalance just based on the fact that barbarians and monks deal such good damage and they have easy survivability. There's not really much more to say than that. That's something that obviously can be worked on as either the season goes or for next season. Another bit of a negative is I think there still needs to be a better solution to greater rifting, just based on the fact that, I get that Diablo's an RNG-based game, but at the same time, how much competition can you really have on leaderboards when you're basing everything on the leaderboards through RNG itself? Like, imagine trying to have a BlizzCon competition for, like, they took one of, the top of every class, so they had, like, the 4 wizards, the 4 barbarians, the 4 this, blah, blah, blah. They bring them all to BlizzCon, they say, okay, you guys are going to have a challenge as to who can complete Greater Rift, 60 the fastest, right? And then you'll be named, like, the BlizzCon champion for your class. Sounds cool in theory, but at the end of the day, that Blizzard is going to have to make every single rift the exact same so that the competition is fair. So when it comes to the leaderboards, and I mean, we're assuming here that leaderboards are an indicator of skill and, I guess, amount of time played, why would you not have that for greater rifting? There's just so much frustration with fishing rifts still that I know it'll deter people away from trying to go for leaderboards. It obviously won't deter the top people away because this is what they do and they're going to do this as long as they can. That's just my bone to pick, and that of course is because I've been trying to do a little bit of leaderboards at the beginning of the season here, and I haven't really gotten a lot of luck as far as the rifts themselves go. So perfect. So that's kind of one way of looking at it. But at the end of the day, Diablo 3 I think is better than it's ever been. I think that Diablo has only improved as it's gone along, and it's getting better and it's getting better. And I mean, based on the amount of people that are watching, the amount of people that are playing, there's clearly still interest in this genre of game. There's clearly still interest in Diablo as a franchise. I think all the rumors that you hear about Blizzard doesn't care about Diablo or that it's their least profitable game, so they have no reason to care, I think all that stuff is way, way, way overblown, and I think that as long as the dev team continues to come out with content like this, I mean, I'm starting to even look at next season, and they've already announced that they're revamping, I think, between 8 to 10 different sets to be competitively viable with the sets that currently exist. That is insane for a patch to do just for a season, which, by the way, they don't charge you money for. You're not paying a sub fee. You're not paying a price to enter into seasons. you know, this is stuff that if you bought Reaper of Souls a year ago, a year and a half ago, however long it's been, you get to do all this stuff as part of the content they're releasing for this expansion, I guess is what we're going to call it. So that's kind of what I think is positive negatives. I'm super happy to be playing Diablo. Obviously, that's pretty much indicated by the fact that I've put in 50 hours of time into the game right now, which is about 10 hours a day. And I mean, I'm hooked, and I can't wait to keep farming. I can't wait to keep playing and trying to push leaderboards. I know that I already have been trying for 59s, but I haven't been able to do that myself just yet. I don't know if it's me or I just need to try a different build or whatever. But I did get 55, which is right now top 150. It was top 100 yesterday. And it's good to keep falling. But, I mean, I'm excited just at the prospect of the fact that the game is fun to farm. It's fun to progress through with this season journey. That's going to take people at least a couple weeks to complete of grinding specifically for that journey. Pushing solo leaderboards, playing in 4-player groups. The Can Ice Cube offers so much possibility. Right now everybody kind of has, you know, what they're going for as far as, I guess, set builds, but there's still so much possibilities to mix up. I still think, much like with other seasons, there's going to be classes that pop out. So having different builds is what I mean. Is that, like, right now everybody knows that either this Yang's build for Demon Hunters with fire or the Natalia's set with lightning is great for Greater Rifts, and they're kind of the top 2 builds, but I still don't think that that's how that's going to last the whole season. And if it does, so be it. At least you've got the gear for it. And if it doesn't, then that's awesome. That means the meta is changing constantly as the game evolves and people experiment with different things. I've been ranting for a while, but for right now, Diablo gets a huge thumbs up for me. You guys can catch me streaming this Monday to Friday at 10:30 Pacific time, at night, of course. Streaming this game, I'm going to stream at least for 3 hours a day. You can also catch me in game if you have me on your friends list. Yeah, guys, if you haven't played Diablo, get it. If you are playing Diablo, play it more, man. It's fun, it's awesome, and ride the hype train while it's still positive. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you later.